All right, guys, let's connect it up today. October 10th, 10/10/2021. Coming at you, live stream. We'll talk about The Walking Dead. I guess a little Fear the Walking Dead, even though I have not seen the first episode of Season 7 yet. World Beyond, we're definitely going to talk about those two things. So Walking Dead, World Beyond, I guess a little bit of Fear the Walking Dead. I know a little bit about the episode, but we're going to mainly focus on The Walking Dead Season 11, the first 8 episodes. So we'll wait till it connects a little bit better, wait till the chat gets a little more involved. So thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. We got the book series going strong, so I'll just highlight my book series right here. Captured is the 15th book of the Fight for Us series and picks up where Revenge left off or ended. So the back, this is just my proof. So the back came out a little dark, so I have to adjust that, play with it a little bit, and yeah. But Captured, it's definitely a book that sets the tone coming forward with the series, and I'm appreciative of everybody who likes the series, checks it out. It's definitely something that I can't believe, well, I can believe, but I can't believe that it's 15 books. And then I have 2 parts of In 100 Days, so 17 books when this comes out. 17 books of my book series, the Fight for Us zombie apocalypse story set in the future. And so ultimately, guys, thank you guys for being here. Lindsay, Mike, Kami, Lynn, and a bunch of other people that'll join shortly. So thank you guys for being here. Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, show, comics, spin-offs, World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead a little bit. So so Fear the Walking Dead came back today on AMC Plus Season 7. I haven't seen the episode yet, so if you ask me questions, I don't know anything much about it besides Strand is the focal point of the episode, and we get to meet some new characters, I believe. So, but that's going to be, a whole separate video, and when I actually watch it, I will share it with you. I've watched the first 3 episodes of World Beyond, and the first episode is not that great in my opinion, but the second and third episodes are definitely better. So it's really gotten improvements, drastic improvements in the first to second, second to third. It's really going down the right path. Now, I don't know if it's 10 episodes, 13 episodes, what the final count will be, because I've had mixed reports, different information going around. The first season was 10 episodes. It's going to be only this second season is the final season. So not sure what it'll be, but they are moving at somewhat of a rapid pace so far in the second and third episodes. The first episode was really slow, and I'm not a big fan of the premiere episodes being slow. Like, I feel like you should set the tone, see where stuff is going, and really, when Greg Nicotero did interviews on different Walker Stalker things that I actually have the panels up on the channel if you want to check them out, he talks about bookends. Now, traditionally, The Walking Dead is 8 episodes in one part and 8 episodes in the second part. So two parts of 8 episodes. Now, it's 3 parts of 8 episodes. So 1108 is a mid-season finale, but it's not, because it would be episode 12 would be a mid-season finale because it's 24 episodes. But it's the first third mid-season, or I don't even want to try. I don't know however you want to say the word, but ultimately it's 3 parts of 8. 1108 is a decent episode, and I'll talk about that in the last half hour, break it down a little bit more for you. But ultimately, I've enjoyed season 11, and if you know the channel, if you know what I talk about, I'm just not, it's good, I really enjoy it, when I'm like, this sucks. I'm not going to tell you. If something sucks, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to be like, like when people do reaction videos or certain reviews or certain stuff like that, I feel like they're overreacting for the views, for the clicks, for be over dramatic. And they're like, don't go in there. Just overacting. And I'm not a big fan of overacting unless it's Jim Carrey and like Liar Liar or Ace Ventura, like where it's supposed to be there. When people are trying too hard, it just rubs me the wrong way for sure. So William Brown says, sup, Bri, haven't been to the stream in a long while, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you, William. I hope you're doing well as well. William, Amy, Bob, Lindsay, Adabee, John, a bunch of people being here, my regulars, my newcomers, my newbies, my people here, my moderators, my subscribers, my patrons, my members. thank you all. I truly appreciate it. You know, like Sheila, hey, hello, PT peeps. So thank you. Let me see. John Wilder, haven't really asked there. Did you hear Check 9 new album? The Rock was featured on it. No, I've seen the thing. I don't really care about. I don't really listen to too much. I don't know, too much newer music. There's certain newer groups that I like or new songs and stuff, but ultimately I'm more stuck back in the day, you know, 80s, 90s, rock, pop, whatever, you know, it's like there. I don't really listen to the radio too much. When I listen to the radio, it's mostly talk radio or sports radio or something like that too when I'm driving around being a home health physical therapist. So I kind of wish there was something on the radio that you could talk about. I don't know, maybe they do on Sirius XM. I don't have Sirius satellite radio, but it would be kind of cool if you had something where you were talking about different shows or different topics that I would, like The Walking Dead or different movies or different stuff there. It'd be kind of cool if you could pop in a thing, and I'm sure they have it on podcasts and everything, but on the radio, it's just not a thing. I use my phone for GPS, so I'm not going to be like, oh, let's put this podcast on while I'm driving. It's just too much work. That's for sure too. So, but I'm appreciative of you guys being here. And overall, season 11 of The Walking Dead, to me, it's been a really good season. Is it the best? I don't think so. I mean, it's really going to be tough to beat seasons 4, 5, and 6 at the heyday of it. And if you think back when The Walking Dead has been around since October 31st, 2010. Coming up on 11 years ago, it debuted. That's crazy to think that this show lasted. What if it was only like 2 seasons? You know, like certain shows sometimes get a raw deal. They don't make it too far on there too. Like Jericho is a show that I wished had more than 1.5 seasons, basically. There's 2 seasons, but it's a shortened second season too. So it's definitely something that, you know, I wish it was a little bit longer in certain things. Bob Smith says, we love you, Bride. Keep up all you can. It's been a while since I've been on live. Chat, work a lot. Always love hearing from you. So thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. And that's definitely something that I'm appreciative of you guys, you know, I guess appreciating the stuff, because sometimes people take it for granted. I try to work hard. I try to post daily videos. Like today, I'm probably just going to do the live stream, and that's enough for me. Probably make a video. I'm still trying to make the daily videos for it, but it's getting harder and harder to do things with the full-time job, with the book series, trying to get this book out. We have 6 chapters left. My wife has to do her final 6 chapters, then I have to go over those 6 chapters for the final edit, but I'm still aiming and hoping for this to be done. I'm hoping her review of the book and edit of the book is done next week. So then she'll be done, and then I have to just go through the 6 chapters, which, you know, if I do a chapter a day, that's 6 days, which would be another week. So 10, 17, maybe another couple days for that. So probably at the very end of October, it'll be released too. So, but Walking Dead Theory, did you see Lenny James' recent interview where he said he has had a conversation with producers about returning to the main show in this season? Yes, Walking Dead Theory, I have seen that. I said it, was it in, I forget, Insider, I think it was an interview by, and he said that, yes, he's had discussions about returning to The Walking Dead, but he can't say anything about that, and that's where it stops. So it's much ado about nothing. It's much ado about, he mentioned having a crossover back to The Walking Dead, but then it doesn't add up to me. If this was going to be Fear the Walking Dead's last season, if season 7 was it, then I would say Lenny James definitely has to come back with the remaining cast that he wants to bring there, whether Dwight, Sherry, whoever. Like, how awesome would it be if you saw Dwight and Sherry see Negan alive inside Alexandria? That'd be crazy, right? Because we already have the Maggie-Negan dynamic, which I think is pretty good for season 11. Some people don't like Maggie, and some people don't like Negan, and some people don't like this and that, and some people don't like anything. But that's all right. Some people just have, you can find faults in everything that they watch, which is a personality thing or something. But that's all right. If you still support the show or support the channel, I guess that's a good thing too. But that would be really cool if Dwight came back with Morgan and Sherry, maybe Alicia. I personally hope Strand goes away this season. That's something that I want to see. I don't know what's going to happen with it. The Strand-Morgan dynamic, how's Alicia fit into it, you know, could be pretty interesting too. So, but yes, I saw the interview, and I don't think that's something that is, The timelines don't add up with Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead too. So it just doesn't happen on there as well. So Amy R says Q&A, the TW channel. That would be awesome. All Things Dead on one talk channel. I think it'd be cool. I don't know how you would have it on a radio type thing, but it would be pretty awesome to do. I'm sure they have podcasts and they have stuff like that. I don't know. Just that would be one. I wouldn't want to add more to my plate. I hate to sound like that, but I do have a lot of stuff going on that I would love to do that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe in another way. Would people still want to talk about The Walking Dead once the main show ends? I think there's enough stuff out there. Tales of the Walking Dead, hopefully the Rick movies, Fear of the Walking Dead, Carol and Daryl show. I think there would be enough topics to still talk about. And also the heyday, the good times of The Walking Dead will always be fun to talk about. Because I know people still go back and watch the main show over and over and over and over again. That'd be pretty cool to talk about. I just don't know how the demand. Maybe it'd be like once a week type of show or something for a couple hours. Gary Page says, Q&A, do you think the fact the show will be finished by the time they get around to the movies could kill the movies? If the movies are good enough, right? Let's talk about this, right? There's the movie called Matrix Resurrections. Comes out in December 22nd, right around my birthday. I'm super excited to watch it. I'm a huge Matrix fan. Saw the first movie in 1999 in the movie theater. It just takes me back. Second and third movies, they were okay, but the first movie was amazing. Game-changing, revolutionary. The Matrix just changed so many aspects of cinema, and it's just great. Now, that being said, when was the last Matrix movie? Matrix, I forget what it was. They're the third Matrix movie. 2000 and something? So say if it was 2002, and this one's coming out, or 2003, and this one's coming out in 2021, that was 18 years ago. 18 years ago. It could be wrong. I could be off on the dates. If somebody can look it up, let me know when the third Matrix movie came out. It's definitely over 15 years ago when the third movie came out. Are you excited for the Matrix movie? Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections, with Keanu Reeves and just, all the people coming back, that as much people that can come back that wanted to, and for the story's sake for it too. That's a long time, right? Sometimes if you wait longer and longer, it's not good. Like certain movies are not good to have waited so long. Like Coming to America, the second one, if it was probably 10 years earlier, it would have been great. So Lindsay says the second one was in 2003. So I guess like 2005, is that when the third one came out? Like, I'm not sure. 2003, the third one, 2003. So if it was 2003, again, 18 years ago, I really think Matrix Resurrections hopefully is awesome. Hopefully it's amazing. Hopefully it doesn't lose its luster. But I think it's going to do well for it. But I see your point about the movies taking forever, because if the Rick movies, like I'm hoping that they're going to start filming this April, because the main show will be done in March filming. So even if it goes all the way to the end of the month, I'm sure the camera people, the sound people, the production people, the set designers, they want to keep working. They want to keep rolling. And I don't know what they're going to do with the Carol and Daryl show after the main show ends. Are they going to film towards the end of the year? Are they going to take some time off? Are they going to go right into filming? Because the show should be airing in 2023, is what the word was about it. So what are you gonna film from April to November? They probably don't film much in December, but let's just say April to November. World Beyond's done. Fear the Walking Dead could be going on, but that films in Texas unless they move locations. Tales of the Walking Dead, that can be animated. That doesn't have to be so much sets. It's kind of like the What If cartoon animation on Disney Plus with the Marvel stuff, which is really great, by the way. If you've never seen it and you like the Marvel stuff, definitely check out What If. It's really good. It's really cool when you have the voices of the actors that did it. Not everybody is coming back to play their parts, but it's really cool when you hear, Chris Hemsworth as Thor and Samuel Jackson and stuff, but Frank Grillo. But I really hope they start filming the Rick movie in April. And I think they could probably knock out a movie or two, or maybe all three next year. I mean, if they film it back to back to back and they film it all, be done. That'd be really awesome, really amazing. And if they film in Georgia, Denai Guerrera has been filming Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. She's in that movie. That's filmed in Georgia, and so people could do that, and they could do it too. So, but we'll just see. But I get your point if they wait too long. But it's not like they're waiting, 5 years after the main show ends. Maybe a year or two, which I don't think is that much. But if the show is good, if we see Rick Grimes and all these connections, and the trailer really sells it big, I don't think people are going to care too much that it's been forever. Some people may lose interest, but that's just going to happen in anything. So a lot of people have lost interest in the show. And I was thinking about it too, like my point was before, that seasons, was it 4, 5, and 6? Had like 17 million viewers for certain premieres. Like season 5, episode 1 at Terminus, that was huge. That may be the biggest episode, single viewed episode in Walking Dead history, I believe. It's definitely up there. It's definitely top 5 or whatever in there for viewers. And I think it was around 17 million. Now, these episodes that have come out recently in season 11 are getting less than 2 million. And I know we're streaming and we're doing here and we're doing that, and AMC Plus is not going to count towards that viewership. But I don't even know if it's 5, 6, 7 million anymore before streaming took over, which is a huge hit. It's a huge success still. If you had 3, 4 million people watching your show, or households, I don't know if it's people or households or what it is, that's still a ton of people. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A, do you think Rosita and Daryl are going to fight each other? I asked because I saw a preview picture of them together. No, I don't think they're going to fight each other. If you saw my trailer breakdown, John, definitely go check out my latest trailer for episode 1109 and 11B. It's the same time because it's all for the second part. You see Rosita and Daryl, and I don't want to give too much away, but they're most likely at the Commonwealth, and we'll just kind of go from there too. So, but I don't think they fight each other. I think who wants to see that? Who wants to see Daryl fight Rosita? I don't want to see that too. So, I think it was last live stream that I brought up the point and the question about, does The Walking Dead do a better job at building things up than accomplishing things, like rewarding the viewers? Like, the build-up was huge for Terminus, right? It was so many episodes and so many. It was on the radio. It was like those arrive, survive, and then the billboards and the signs and this, the signs, not billboards, the signs. They were go to Terminus, go to Terminus, go to Terminus, and then they get to Terminus, and it was like 2 episodes. The end of episode 4, or season 4, and the beginning of season 5, and then and then Terminus is gone. So I think it's all about build up and expectations, and then when they get there, it could be kind of somewhat disappointing too, like the war stuff, certain things. But the only thing I do think was they did a really good job with is Negan. It was a build up for Negan, this and that, and then when Negan showed up, came out the RV, had the lineup. It definitely didn't disappoint. Episode 701 is hard to watch for fans of Abraham and Glenn and fans of the main cast. But it really lived up to the hype. It's not like Negan didn't do what he was supposed to do. But then after that, Negan was kind of like, wah, wah, wah. It was a big build-up for Negan, and then when he came around, it was a big deal. But then when he came around, and it was this, and they kidnapped Daryl. It was just season 7. It was just, to me, one of the weakest, if not the weakest, seasons. Because I hated to see our group not really doing anything to accomplish their tasks and to fight back. And Mike Allen says Abe was the man. Losing Abraham was huge. Losing Glenn was huge. Maggie was recovering. They had to hide out. Daryl was captured. It was just like, it was tough to watch at times too. So, but it was cool looking back on it. I'm just thankful that we've had The Walking Dead for as long as we've had. Fear the Walking Dead. I'm excited to watch season 7, episode 1. I haven't watched it yet, but For those of my Animal Kingdom fans, have you watched Animal Kingdom? Because was it season 5? I believe season 5. It's done now. It was 13 episodes, and it's a really good show. If you've never seen Animal Kingdom, definitely check it out. I believe you can watch the first so many seasons on Amazon Prime. But Animal Kingdom is a good show that really came out of nowhere so many years ago. I know it's an Australian movie that was adapted for a TV show, and I have never seen the movie, but the previews that I've seen of the movie are not that good compared to the TV show, and they've changed some things. But definitely check out Animal Kingdom. It's a TNT show. Epic Zombie Killer says at the PT channel, my opinion, the All Out War and the Whisperer War were kind of weak in the show, and definitely better in the comics. I agree, Epic Zombie Killer. The action wartime stuff was pretty weak, especially with like when you throw Morgan in the mix with Jesus and they want to fight and they don't want to get along. It's just like, what are we trying to do here? Too many stories, too much going on. Yes, we know the saviors are terrible. More saviors are terrible. Yes, the saviors are still terrible. Like, we get it. We get the point. Just, I don't know. It was just too much in my opinion too. So. Somberly says 712 was one of the worst episodes. Not gonna lie, I don't. What's 712? I'm blanking on. I've kind of blanked on season 7. Like a lot of times, I know different seasons. Not like so much like 7. You know, besides 609 and 608 and 602 was JSS and stuff like that. Certain things, but what's 712? Which one is that? What do they cover in that episode? William Brown says, did you ever watch Vikings, Bri? What did you think? I saw the first episode, and it's okay. It was a decent episode. It was pretty good. I just didn't have access to watching it. The guy that's in Heels as Ace of Spade on Heels, his name's like Alexander something, I believe. I believe he's in that, and pretty good. Somberly. Rick and Michonne episode with the goat. I didn't think that episode was that bad. I like Rick and Michonne, and I like Michonne, so anytime Michonne was there. Well, when that Walker was shooting the gun, the machine gun or the M16, it was like, and it's like hitting there, and then they pull the Walker through. It was kind of ridiculous for a certain thing. It definitely was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I could see why people don't. But I think they crashed through the ceiling and find the MREs. Yeah, Alexander Ludwig. He's a good actor. I brought up the fact that he's in the show on Stars called Heels. It's about was it M4, Mike? Yeah, but yeah, the machine gun. But Alexander Ludwig, he's in Heels, and he's a good actor. He's definitely a and he's in Vikings and probably a bunch. I think he's in Hunger Games, I believe too, in the first Hunger Games movie. So yeah. That episode had the bad CGI deer. Yeah, the CGI deer is pretty terrible. Like, that's going to live on forever. And, like, the deer in season 2, when the bullet came through the deer and went and hit Carl, was pretty good. It was probably practical effect more than anything. And anytime you do practical effect over digital, it's better. You just buy into it more. So, I've not seen Squid Game. I've heard all about it. It's on Netflix, and it's a Korean show, and you're trying to do this. I've heard it's been a lot of Squid Game talk. We just my wife and I haven't watched it. Like, we watched what did we watch? The Many Saints of Newark. We watched Titans. Season 3 is kind of lackluster in my opinion for Titans so far. What did we watch yesterday? We watched Old yesterday, actually. So the movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan. It's a better movie than I thought. It looked really stupid in the trailer, but we watched it, and it's a decent movie. I don't know M. Night Shyamalan's. I don't know if he's ever going to capture the same thing with Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and a couple other movies. Here's a question off topic of The Walking Dead. What's your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie? And Old is in there. I just watched it, and it was okay. We watched it yesterday, and then we were watching different stuff. And today is if you're a Simpsons fan, the Treehouse of Horrors is on tonight on Fox, and before that is the Giants Cowboys game. I'm a Cowboys fan. My wife is a Giants fan, so it should be a good game. We'll watch that for sure too. So, Lindsay says The Happening. You know what jumps to me is Sixth Sense, Signs, Unbreakable, Split, Glass, Village, Signs. Yeah. No Sixth Sense? No one likes Sixth Sense? Back in the day, that was huge. When you were watching that, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But The Walking Dead is definitely the stuff that binds us here on this channel and around there too. And it's always cool to see why people like a show, why people don't. And sometimes it's a thing that some people like the show, they don't like the show. They hate a character, you know. Split. People are split on Split. No, Split was pretty good. Yeah. Ryan Brown says Giants going down. I hope so, as a Cowboys fan, but we're going strong this year. So, yeah, I mean, so let's talk about World Beyond a little bit before we get into Walking Dead. So, World Beyond Season 2, if you've ever seen it so far, there's been 3 episodes on AMC+. So I guess the second episode will be on AMC tonight if we're a week ahead on there. And I don't know if you made that movie Devil Press. I don't know. But so the World Beyond, to me, the first episode was really boring. I definitely was like falling asleep. The stuff with the hallucinations with Hope in the school, it was just a waste of an episode, in my opinion. I was like, what am I watching here? The dream sequences with Iris and the hallucinations with Hope, they ate up, 15 minutes of the episode, and we're like, stupid, done. And these episodes have been kind of short. They've been like 40 minutes, if that, right? So I'm liking the idea that they're explaining the Civic Republic more and more and more. We know that the Civic Republic is bad. They took out Omaha. They took out the campus colony. They killed the doctor or the researcher from Portland. He's a walker now, which we found out last season. We know that they're basically transporting and moving the herd of walkers around, or the column that they call it. Hundreds of thousands of walkers now. I mean, probably even more. If they killed the people of Omaha, that's just going to add to their group of walkers. So, if we're in Nebraska, will that ever come around Fear the Walking Dead? Because Fear the Walking Dead is in Texas. If Fear the Walking Dead doesn't connect with the World Beyond, just somehow, some way, that would be really cool if they went to Omaha before the stuff happened with the Civic Republic, the walkers, them blowing up stuff. It's kind of ridiculous, too, when you watch The World Beyond. Everything that the Civic Republic and the Civic Republic military has, they have their 3-ring logo on everything. They have it on their clothes, on their Humvees, on their helicopters, on their underwear, on their broccoli, on their apples, they have tattoos on their hand. They have it on their armor. They have it on their explosives. They have it on everything. It's like everything. You don't have to mark everything with the 3 rings. We get it. You could just blow up a thing with explosives. You don't have to have, who's stamping this on everything? You have assembly lines of them. Okay, we got to put our logo on everything, guys, right? And yeah, I'm exaggerating it, but it's like, okay, we get the point. We get it. We understand. But the Civic Republic really needs to step up things and with the story, and I would love for it to connect with The Walking Dead somehow, in some way, some shape or form, but I don't know if it's going to happen on The World Beyond. The toilet paper, right? CRM toilet paper. It's 2-ply, or it's 3-ply for the 3 rings, 3-ply, right? So I'm hoping that we get to see, and I got to put a spoiler warning out there. If you're watching it on the replay, I guess. If you're watching it now, Jadis is not in the first 3 episodes. We don't see her yet, so they're saving it for a big reveal, right? They really need to have some epic major thing because they build up the Jadis thing in the trailers, in the stuff. We don't see her yet. There's been no mention of her. What's her name going to be, right? Because it was Jadis at the junkyard, Anne with our group. I bet you she has a new name. It's just the way this character is, too. So, overall, the second and third episodes are much better, in my opinion, after Hope met Dr. Bennett, or Leo, her dad, and she's at the Civic Republic now. Huck is, yeah. And Dawn says, all about them selling merchandise. For sure. Do they have shirts, though? Like, I'm probably not going to buy a Civic Republic Walking Dead shirt. But do they have merchandise for it? Do people still buy Walking Dead merchandise? Are you still buying, like, the shirts and the... I don't even know. Because I haven't bought a Walking Dead thing in a long time. And they used to make action figures, like, much more than they do. I haven't seen a Walking Dead action figure, a new release. The minifigures behind me, haven't seen those ever. They may make, I don't even know do they make new Funko Pops? Like, I don't know. The last ones I've really seen was like Dog, another Daryl one. Every line of Funko Pops, they always have a Daryl one out there for sure. So, but World Beyond is definitely getting better. The second and third episode has been much better. And I personally like Elton. You get to see Elton in the third episode, and I don't want to give too much away, but Elton's story. So in the first episode, it was like Iris, Felix, Will, Hope, Huck, Elizabeth Kublik, Dr. Bennett. That was kind of what you saw. Second episode, Hope at the Civic Republic. You get to see that, continue the story and the Hope connection. I could kind of see Hope or somebody at least making it to the Walking Dead movie, because it makes sense to have somebody connect with that too. And if Hope's kind of the future and she's really smart and she's there too, I think it's it would make sense, because I really hope there's some sort of connection there too. Like, if it's just like a waste of time for this show, we're going to watch it. I know I'm going to watch it, but I was like, well, that's stupid. What did I watch this show for? Like, there's going to be no rewatchability for it. There's going to be no reason to rewatch the episodes. But if there was little clues and stuff they hinted at, little things there, it'd be pretty cool. But then you see Silas. So you get to see a little bit of each character and how they're connecting. And hopefully by the fourth and fifth episode, again, I don't know if it's 10 episodes or 13 or 16, what the final count was. So, I mean, maybe it said it somewhere. If you guys know, let me know. I've just been out of touch with the amount of episodes. I'll just go to watch it every week and see where we go. Dino the Y says, where's my boy Heath? Heath has been MIA for a long time. The last information we had was that he was traded by Jadis to the Civic Republic. I would assume that he is going to probably be in the Rick movies if we see him at all. But, maybe it happens there too. So the Funko they showed on Talking Dead was Daryl with Dog. That's cool. That's a cool one to have, Daryl with Dog. I know you could get Dog by himself. That's probably a pretty cool one. But I don't know. I have my Michonne water glasses and Carol t-shirt. So, yeah, see, I mean, there's definitely stuff to have. Where's Eduardo? Where's Eduardo? Where's Cal? Where's all these people, too? So let's talk about The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 8. If you haven't seen it yet, spoiler warning for The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 8. So I'd call it a first-third finale. I guess that's the best way to say it. Not a mid-season finale, but a first-third finale. So we get to see the Meridian, Alexandria, a storm brews in Alexandria. Hopefully you saw my video about Rosita. People think she was bit. I personally don't think she was bit. If you saw the season 11, episode 9, and really the second part, 11B, it's like A, B, and C, or 1, 2, and 3, you get to see characters that are still alive. Rosita, Daryl, Judith, Carol, Lydia, Maggie, Negan, Father Gabriel, Mercer, Eugene, Princess. You get to see all these different characters there too. So, but 1108 ends on a cliffhanger. It's kind of a thing they like to do. But the good news is that we do know that the Walking Dead second part, episode 1109, will be back in February on the 20th. So on the 20th of February, it'll be on AMC. I'm hoping, guessing, thinking that it'll be the 13th for AMC Plus if we're still going the week early route on AMC Plus, which is cool. I enjoy watching it whenever I get the chance to watch it early. It's just weird to talk about it. Some people haven't seen 1108 yet. We saw this last week. So it's just weird to be able to watch it early, but it's good. I enjoy watching it. Just got to be careful with spoilers and putting that out there too. So they're using the whole Whisperer skin mask angle, which is good. It's cool to see that tactic that they learned from the Whisperers. Maggie, Negan, Father Gabriel, and Elijah. They're herding the walkers towards the Meridian. Wells, one of the Reapers, goes out to move the walkers. When he does, he gets surrounded by the walkers and our new Whisperers, Maggie, Negan, Father Gabriel, and Elijah. They kill Wells. Pope figures it out that it's Maggie. He has no reason to know that it's Maggie, but his intuition, or we know it's Maggie, so the writers know, so Pope knows. But it doesn't matter because Pope is killed in the episode. Pope, to me, was kind of a weak character for how it went down. The mercenaries are a cool idea. I like a group of mercenaries out there. I kind of think Mike Allen says a junior ROTC could have taken out the Reapers. The Reapers were built up so much, right? They were like this big, formidable group. They got the masks, they got the gear, they got the weapons, the bows and arrows, the bow and arrows, the different things. They have these walker or dead walker bodies upside down saying, don't come here, don't do it around here, right? They kill a bunch of people. They take out all of Maggie's group except for Elijah. They wound Negan, they wound Father Gabriel, they kidnap Daryl. When in doubt, they keep Daryl, right? So I like the idea of the Reapers, and I like the Reapers coming around to be villains in the first third. And there's going to be definitely carryover into the second part with Leah, Carver, and the rest of the Reapers that survived. But it's kind of a letdown, right? So like Dawn and Diana say, Pope was disappointing. The Reapers were a letdown. He was taken out fast. So I think he was in 1104. That was the Daryl captured episode. So he's in episode 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's 5 episodes. Is that long enough? Maybe. Could it have been longer? For sure. The actor, Richie Couture, I believe his name is, he did a really good job. His accent was pretty good. Sounds Southern, Australian, South African. He's got this dialect. I'm not sure where it's kind of be. But mercenaries took over the Meridian. We never even knew the Meridian existed. We didn't know where it was, what it was. Maggie didn't really say anything about it in the notes. We didn't find anything about it until this season. Leah was a good connection from 10C to here. So Daryl and Leah kind of have a thing for each other. They care about each other. But that's kind of put a drive in Pope with the whole angle there. So Pope is trying to figure out what to do. And he's talking to Daryl. And he's like, why am I keeping you around? Because Daryl's not going to give up any information about Maggie. He's not going to say anything about that's going to hurt Maggie. And he's going to lie and say he doesn't know anything about it. So Daryl's kind of working from the inside and doing this, doing that. Then they bring the walkers back towards the Meridian. It's Father Gabriel and Maggie walking together, and Elijah and Negan walking together. Don't know if Elijah took out his sister. That's a walker. Don't know what happened there. Or we're assuming that's his sister. But Father Gabriel and Maggie sneak into the Meridian through the trash compost area. Well, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but they get inside the Meridian. But before they get in there, the guy that Daryl shares the cigarettes with, that I believe was driving the red truck in 1107, gets killed by Daryl and thrown over the edge, or thrown over the walls. And they go in, they sneak in. Daryl's understanding that he's trying to work with our group and do that. They have mines that are exploding. The mines are exploding. Another minefield, just like with Princess. And they're kind of they rehashed a lot of story arcs with the Reapers. So it wasn't anything that great or revolutionary too. So we'll see where it goes with that. But Pope and the Reapers were kind of like Negan and the Saviors and the minefield and stuff. But either way, a mine goes off, blows up some walkers, and the shrapnel, I guess, hits Elijah and Negan. They're okay. We don't see Elijah really after that, but we see Negan at the end of the episode, and he's okay. And we don't see really Elijah in the trailer for 1109. So, but Daryl, sees that Maggie and Father Gabriel are getting in to do this. Father Gabriel sneaks into a room, finds a sniper rifle that I guess Maggie hid. Don't know why the Reapers didn't find it. You would check every area, cut off any areas of weakness, secure it. It would just be better, in my opinion, right? Because I don't know how long they were in the Meridian and what they took over, but either way, Father Gabriel finds a sniper rifle, ends up saving Maggie when she's trying to, she fights a Reaper and she gets in danger. She also crashes the red truck into the front gate and blows it open, and the walkers come inside. Daryl realizes that his group's in trouble because they have, I don't know what they were calling it, Mike. He said it's like an older weapon with arrows, explosive, kind of rocket type of thing. I think it's like a Da Vinci style weapon. It's definitely an older weapon that's a fuse and it just lights and they all go off, and it's pretty cool. And Daryl, tries to figure out, or with our group, like, well, how is he going to actually stop this? So he talks with Leah and says, a Chinese arrow battery. He called, thank you, Mike. Mike's our military guy, and he knows much more about this stuff than me. But so Daryl recruits Leah to get help to stop this. And he tells her that he knows Maggie. He's been working with him. That's his group. That's his family. Leah feels betrayed, and that wasn't the right thing, and so it was not good. So Leah is going to use that against Daryl. You broke the trust barrier, and a woman scorned, hell have no fury like a woman scorned. And that's what Leah's doing here. So Daryl cuts the fuse and, takes, he averts the bottle rocket things going off. But before that, he takes up his knives and he's about to go after Pope. Pope turns towards Daryl, and then Leah stabs Pope in the neck. So Leah, this has been building up for a while, that Leah is her family. The Reapers are her family. But Pope doesn't care about the Reapers. He cares about taking out Maggie. And it's kind of terrible. It's terrible leadership that he's willing to sacrifice his group. He killed one of his own members, not knowing what happened in it, but he killed one of his members with the fire, stepping on his back. And Leah is not standing for that. So we know that Leah kills Pope, stabs him in the neck, stabs him in the back of the head, and then tells everybody that Pope is killed by Daryl. So then Daryl jumps away and runs away, and that's the end of Daryl and Leah, at least for now. So then Daryl's killing walkers in the main courtyard, and so is Negan. And Maggie, they're fighting the Reapers. The Reapers run away, and they fall back. And the big epic cliffhanger, that's not really epic, the main cliffhanger that's there is that Leah reignites the fuse, aims the bottle rocket things towards the courtyard where Daryl, Maggie, Negan, I'm guessing Elijah, and the walkers are at, and they let the fuse. And I don't know if Leah and Maggie make eye contact, but you kind of think they do, and they start firing all the bottle rockets towards them, and that's it. And that's the way the episode ends. But before that, before we get to the ending, Alexandria is shown in the storm that's there. See some bonding moments with Virgil and Judith. So we don't see Jerry, kind of like, where's Jerry been in the storm? What's going on there? We see Nabila for like a hot second, 2 seconds. We see Diane. So people are asking about, have we seen them? Where are they at? I don't know where Scott is. I don't know where a couple other people are. But Aaron, Carol, Kelly, and Connie leave the house in Alexandria to go put out the fire at the windmill and also secure the walls so no more walkers can get in. So the walkers are coming towards the house, and they're, the tree limb breaks the window, And it's very horror-esque with the boards on the windows, and they're trying to stay safe. And don't know why they just couldn't put dressers in front of the windows and something in front of the doors and try to board up things a little bit better. Like, go upstairs and grab some of the heavier stuff and put it in front of the door if the door is breaking. But either way, it's a horror movie style stuff. Judith and Virgil talk about Michonne and how she is and how Judith misses her, but Michonne is in Judith, the way she holds the sword and, protects the kids and talks with the kids. She's a leader. So Judith is definitely the future of things. And I kind of hope we see something with Judith down the road. I just don't know. Would you want to see a Judith show? Judith, Gracie, RJ, Herschel, Jerry's 2 sons and a girl. I don't know how many kids Jerry has. Maybe you see Jerry, maybe you see Daryl, maybe you see Carol, maybe you see glimpses Aaron, certain things there too. It'd be kind of cool, right? I don't know how they would do it because Alexandria, the walls are coming down next year. And if they're inside Alexandria, how could you really do it or something? Or maybe they go somewhere else away from Alexandria to start their own life, to start their own world. Who knows? Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Ryan Brown, no. Okay. But it'd be like an older Judith. The kids would be like, they'd be older, So it'd be that the future of the show, or maybe it takes a break and they come back and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know. It could be something there too. But if it's done the right way, I think it'd be kind of cool. So, because in the comic, the way it ends, walkers basically just decompose, break down. They just fade away. There's a ton of walkers still in the Walking Dead universe too. So it's crazy to think that we had all these walkers in the first 9 seasons. Then the Whisperers came around and there's more walkers and more walkers and more walkers. And they do cover that a little bit in the World Beyond. They talk about breaking down of walkers using a fungus or some things to go against the walkers and break them down to eradicate the walkers faster. So that's probably going to be a focal point of the second season of The World Beyond. So we'll have to see how that plays a factor in the future of The Walking Dead, Rick movies, and so forth and so on, too. So, Elise, what's up? PT, I hope you're good. Hope you're good, man. I'm doing well, hanging in there for sure. Yeah. So I'm just trying to read some of the chat down here, too. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Super chat, top chat, anything in there is always welcome. So, Diana, gotta go. See ya, Diana. So ultimately, The Walking Dead season 1108, Alexandria is under attack by walkers and a storm, another bad storm. So the windows are breaking, the walkers are getting in. Judith cuts off a walker's hand that grabs Gracie, and then she kills the walker. Virgil kills a walker, and Virgil's very much alive. Rosita goes outside to kill some of the walkers with her weapon and a kind of a brass knuckle style thing where she's punching walkers and stabbing walkers and killing walkers. And so a lot of people were wondering if she's bit. I personally don't think she is. We see her in the trailer for 1109 probably becoming a Commonwealth soldier. If you saw the leaked photos and the spoiler photos that I share within at least 2 videos now, I think she's going to be a Commonwealth soldier, which is pretty cool. Don't know what's going to happen with Baby Coco, and maybe that's how she can stay. Baby Coco, Father Gabriel, and Rosita can stay at the Commonwealth if she joins the military. And she's, so it's pretty cool. So Rosita kills the walkers. They go back inside. At the same time, Judith watches Rosita kill the walkers. So I could see Judith and Rosita having a bonding moment, and that's her new badass role model going forward. Rosita comes back into the house, says, "Don't stay away from the doors and the windows." Gracie can't be found. She goes into the basement to find a weapon. It's starting to flood. More and more and more. More water's coming in. Gracie and Judith run back up the steps. As they do, the front door is open now and walkers are inside the house. They run back into the basement, lock the door, and now they're trapped in the basement. It's locked. They should be safe, but water is coming up and it's raining, and so I don't know if the basement's going to flood like that. And probably Aaron, Carol, Kelly, Connie, Jerry, Scott, somebody are going to kill all the walkers in the house, and it should be fine. We know Judith should be fine. She's hugging Daryl in the second part trailer, so she should very much be safe. Don't know about Gracie, but we'll have to see where they are. I think either RJ or somebody's behind Judith in the trailer. So And is that about it? I think that's really about it from that. And that's really episode 1108. So the big cliffhanger is that the rockets are flying at Negan and Maggie, and I guess Elijah and the walkers. But you see Maggie and Negan. You don't see Elijah in the trailer for the second part, second half, second piece, second, whatever you want to call it. The next episode 1109 to 16, you don't see Elijah at all. Some people said they see him for a brief moment. We don't know. Also, a question is Dog. Where is Dog going to go? Is Dog going to go with Leah or Daryl? I personally think he's going to go with Daryl in Alexandria because he's kind of a focal point with Daryl. If Leah, probably when Leah dies, is my opinion, they're going to probably have to be that Daryl is going to stay, or Dog's going to stay with Daryl. So it makes sense that Leah dies, so that's taken out of the equation. If Leah's still alive out there, is that part of the Daryl Carol show? Would Daryl go after Leah and Carol says, I'll go with you? It doesn't make sense to me, but you never know. We'll have to see. I think Leah's going to die in probably 1109, and that's what happens, like Game of Thrones with Jon Snow and the Wildlings. Where's the Fear question? Had to be, when does Fear return? I'm not remembering. Well, today on AMC Plus, Fear the Walking Dead was here, so it's next week on AMC. AMC Plus is always a week ahead, so 701 will be next week, 10/17, October 17th for season 7. So that's the Fear the Walking Dead. Well, I guess no. Anyway, yeah, I guess Fear the Walking Dead and Beyond were both October shows for AMC. But AMC Plus is a week ahead, so it's like September for this one when it came back, and for World Beyond and stuff. So, yeah. But on AMC, so Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 comes back next week. It'll be 8 episodes, so that'll take you into December. World Beyond, like I said multiple times, I don't know if it's 10 episodes, 13 episodes, or 16 episodes, but AMC Plus is ahead of schedule. It's already the third episode in on World Beyond. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that for the last 9 minutes is the World Beyond. So hopefully you saw the first episode, which to me was a bore fest, a snooze fest. It gets much better in episode 2 and 3. The second episode, you get to see Silas, Hope, Iris, Felix. The whole thing with the perimeter, it's okay. It's just another area that's connected with the Civic Republic. They're probably going to get taken out for the Civic Republic. Does that. For some reason, they killed Omaha. We still don't know why. They killed the campus colony. Still don't know why. They're probably going to take out the perimeter and those people there. If you saw the trailer, you know that we meet new characters this season. We're going to meet 2 younger kids, I guess teenage kids, and you meet them this episode. You see Elton and you see Percy, and they are a lot in this episode. You also see Hope, who's there at the Civic Republic in class while running around, making mental notes of how to get out of this Civic Republic. We see Dr. Bennett. We see Huck and her boyfriend, some other guy that's a new character that you meet in the second episode that's actually running the place where Silas is at. So Silas was picked up by the Civic Republic. He was taken away, which turns out to be the guy that's boyfriends with Huck. And they're in charge of cleaning up the walkers after they run experiments on explosions and stuff that they do there. So it's Silas and 3 other people that are in charge of killing these walkers and disposing of them. They're like the cleanup crew, the janitors of the zombie apocalypse, if you will. And that's what Silas did at in the campus colony. So he's back to working there. He's actually mentioned, I don't know the guy's name that is Silas's boss and Huck's boyfriend, the same guy. I'm blanking on his name. I don't really know if it's mentioned too much. But either way, we get to find out about Huck coming back and being rewarded for bringing Hope back and succeeding. Huck is definitely going against Elizabeth Kublik and going against the Civic Republic way, which we kind of thought was going to happen. We kind of see a mom-daughter problem, and that's definitely what's happening there. So Dr. Bennett sees Huck and says, you need to find my daughter and Felix, and you need to figure out what it is and how it's going there too. So Hope is in class, and there's also a boy that's interested in Hope, and he's a smart kid in the class too, and he's kind of flirting with Hope, and Hope's trying to figure out what's going on here, and they're drinking again, hanging out, and learning how to do stuff, and they play Jenga with the big wooden pieces, and it's kind of a thing there too. I personally like the stuff with Elton and Percy better. I personally like Elton. He's one of my favorite characters of these kids. I don't know why I like Elton, but I just think he's relatable to me in some way, shape, or form. He's also a character that I'm rooting for. Like, he's kind of a geek and he's kind of a nerd, but he knows karate and he tries to make it in this world, and he's been through a lot. And I don't know, I like with him. So they find a horse. So it's Percy is behind Elton, and Elton is driving the horse, I guess if you call it. And they're walking down. Elton calls the horse Teresa. It looks like a Teresa. So they're going down. They come across these two kids. I think I forget their names too. It's like the boy's name is Dove, and the girl's name is like I forget her name. I didn't want to say the wrong name, but they're just sitting there at a campfire, eating, and Percy's like, "We're gonna steal their food. Let's steal their food." And Elton's like, "No, let's just take what we can take and give us what they give us. Let's just go talk to them." So Elton goes, and Percy's like, "What?" And so Elton gets up and goes, "Hey, talk to him." He's like, "Hey, I'm Elton," or I don't think he says his name. He's like, "Yeah, I've just been out. I have a traveling companion. He stayed back." Mario says, "Girl is Aisha." Aisha, yeah, I think it's Aisha. Yeah, so it's Dev and Aisha. Thank you. I was blanking on the names. Like, I just watched it a little bit ago. So I kind of like them. I kind of like Aisha. She was kind of cool. And they're just hanging out. As Elton is talking to Dev and Aisha, Percy comes around and starts stealing stuff from their carriage, their cart. Elton says his name is Percy, but he lies to the two people, and they catch Percy in the thing stealing. They run away, and the guy and the girl, Dev and Aisha, throw their weapons at the running away. Percy and Elton as they're running away. Elton ends up tripping, falling down, gets surrounded by all these walkers that are like in the dirt. They're stuck in there. They're decomposing. They're breaking down. Also, before that, you see Aisha having like a ceremony or like a burial kind of thing. Not like a burial, but like the walker is dead. Something happens with the eyeball, and she puts flowers in the eye. Like it's like a ceremony, I think. It's a ceremony of goodbye. And it's kind of nice. It's kind of like the beautiful with the dead, and it's just and another name for them is vessels. It's just, come on, right? Enough with all these different names. It's crazy. Carf, what's up? So they, Aisha and Dev come and save the day. They kill the walkers. A walker bites Elton's arm in the sleeve of the jacket, the tuffy stitch. So Aisha's like, she like grabs the arm and she's like, do it, cut his arm off. He's like, why? He's like, you were bit. He's like, no, look, I'm safe. It's a tuffy stitch. The denim is not going to, or the corduroy is not going to be bit through. And it wasn't. So then she's like, oh, that's a good idea. So I guess she takes his clothes, the suit and the jacket and everything, and she's wearing it. And he's like in his underwear, his long john underwear. It's kind of funny. But as Percy and Elton are tied up with the ropes behind their wrists, they are sitting there watching Dev and Aisha do their ceremony thing. Aisha scoops out the eyeballs, takes it out, puts flowers in there. They say a prayer. They take them back to the perimeter, evidently. Dev and Aisha are the son and daughter of the main person that runs the perimeter. Again, I'm blanking on her name, but they're the son and daughter of them. And they actually had this place before the world fell apart. The Civic Republic came in, gave them weapons, helped them build things and whatever, and they kind of leave them alone. But they probably don't. So Elton's kind of got a little thing for Aisha, I guess, and they're kind of building a romance there. Percy and Iris kind of have a little thing there too, So, Indira, that's right. Mario 3 knows all of Indira, I think her name is. Yeah, you're good. It sounds about right. And so Hope goes to see Huck and says, you need to take me to my sister right now. I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Huck is supposed to have dinner with the guy that is Silas's boss, her boyfriend at the Civic Republic. As she's going to change her clothes, she puts on the armor, the black outfit with everything, her soldier outfit. and says, I got to go do what I got to do. Give me the M998, which is probably the Humvee. And she gets in the Humvee, goes to the gate, and stopped by the person. Has orders from Elizabeth Kublik, which are fake, evidently. So the girl goes around and bangs on the back. Evidently, Hope is in one of the compartments, and then Huck drives away. Huck drives to the perimeter with Hope. Hope sees Iris, or Iris sees Hope. Percy, from the window, sees Huck. And remember, Huck shot Percy. He is pissed off by that. He has a knife and he's ready to whatever, and that's how the episode ends. So it's a nice step up from the first episode for sure. Building on the second episode, we get to find out a little bit more about Huck's boyfriend. Hope and Iris are reunited, and the next week's episode, we're going to see that continue on with the story. Elton's like, I can't stay here. He's upset about things. And, I would assume that the perimeter is going to be cut down by or destroyed by the Civic Republic. That's what they do. That's their calling card. And also from the trailer from the summer, or whenever the trailer actually came out, you do see Dev as a walker. I don't know if Aisha makes it, but I hope so, because she's kind of a cool fighter. And maybe a little romance with Elton. Who knows, right? How it goes down. But overall, it's a decent episode. The second and third episodes are definitely better than the first, and it's progressing every episode, getting a little bit better. That's kind of what happened in the first season. The first 6 episodes weren't that great, but then you got to episode 7, 8, 9, and 10 when Percy came around. It was better. Percy's been in the third episode. Kind of brings more to the show, in my opinion. We'll have to see how it goes down. No Jadis yet, but hopefully that's building up for, I don't know, in the next couple episodes, see how it goes down. But there you go, guys. That's my time. That's my hour. I appreciate you guys being here. I'll be back next Sunday to talk about Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, maybe The Walking Dead a little bit. Maybe we'll talk about the trailer. It's always good to talk about The Walking Dead. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Like, share, subscribe, support the PT channel any way that you can. Another shout out to the book series. Fight for Us Captured is coming out later this month. So let me put it here so you can hear me better. Sorry, Captured is the 15th book of the Fight for Us series and picks up where Revenge left off. So it'll be out later this year. Right there, Captured, or later this month. Well, later this year, but later this month for sure. Thank you guys for being a part of the channel. I'll be back next Sunday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Like, share, subscribe, support the BT channel any way you can. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, working hard. See you guys. Enjoy tonight's episode. I believe Talking Dead has some pretty good guests on tonight as well.